What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, or if you're seeing this on my X, welcome to my X. So today I want to give a super brief update on some signals that I gave out publicly in a video to you guys roughly 1 month ago, on January 18th to be precise. Now, providing direct signals like these in videos always comes with risk. If they don't play out as expected, it damages my credibility, and the potential for that to happen is always there. However, I had good conviction in these trades, and as I've said time and time again, I believe in transparency. I believe that transparency is key. So giving out trades like this publicly is a risk that I'm willing to take, and it just so happens that we have hit profit targets on 2 of these trades already. So to start with, I will go over the Ethereum trade that I gave back on January 18th, and then we will have a look at the chart and see where we are now relative to then. My long position on ETH is set up accordingly. Firstly, I want to secure some immediate profits at around $2,800. Taking 20% off the table here gives me a little wiggle room if things start to head south. My second take profit is at $3,350. This is around the 618 and a good place to take some off the table in my opinion. Then we have take profit 3 around the 786 here and mini point of control, and finally the previous all-time high. We will leave 20% of the trade running. Stops will go under the green box for now, and we can look to move them up accordingly as targets get hit. So since then we have secured take profit 1 and taken 20% off the table at $2,800. The green box of support did hold, our stops were not hit. So in my opinion, this has been a successful trade so far, and I'm confident as price develops, it has the potential to become a very successful trade over time. With that said, the sensible move is to take profits here and move stops to entry, ensuring a winning trade regardless of where price goes next. So moving on, let's take a look at MATIC. So my position on MATIC looks like this. Stops underneath the green box or macro level of support. If you want a higher risk to reward ratio, you can consider putting your stops under this key level here, but for me personally, I prefer to play it safe and leave myself a little room. My targets to the upside are firstly the potential break of this trend line around $1, as this lines up with a value area high, and $1 is an obvious psychological level, so if you wanted to slightly front run it, that might be sensible. You could set your take profit at, for example, 0.98. Take profit 2 slightly front runs the liquidity above this high here, as coming above this high could lead to some kind of double top, swing failure pattern, failed auction, and a retracement, so it's best to secure some more here in my opinion. Take profit 3 is the nice round psychological number and level $2. So we can see on MATIC that we have indeed also hit take profit 1, and in this case we have taken 25% off of the table. We are coming into this area of resistance now that I mentioned in the video, and as you can see we are getting a small retracement, so it's sensible to be cautious, monitor price action and react accordingly. I do feel like we will see much higher targets hit, and I do feel like things are actually just getting started, but as we all know, feelings don't dictate price action. In theory, mass psychology does, but that's an entirely different discussion. What I mean is my feelings specifically don't. So again, just like Ethereum, secure some profits and move those stops to entry. Lastly, we are going to take a look at both Litecoin and Shiba Inu. The trade has an extremely high risk to reward ratio. Stops under the lows, so I'm looking at this triangle here as an area of consolidation we need to break, ideally with some force, and then I do think this thing can really fly. I'm basing my targets here purely off of macro simple fib pools and nothing more. So take profit 1 for me will be at the 382 from this pivot high to this pivot low. Take profit 2 is at the 618 of the same pool. Take profit 3 is at the 618 of the larger pool from the all-time high pivot high to the low, and take profit 4 is at the 786 of this pool. Again, we can leave 20% running and adjust our stops as the trade progresses. It's a very safe trade from a spot perspective, and the risk to reward is great. And assuming one is using sensible leverage, it could also be a good opportunity for a futures position, but as always, no financial advice, and please do your own research. In terms of targets to the upside, I think we can look for 0.000015 firstly to immediately secure some profits, say 25%, and then another 25% at both 0.00002 and 0.00003. We can leave 25% running. Stops will go under the lows here initially. Once targets start getting hit, we can move stops to entry. So unlike ETH or MATIC, we have not seen much movement on these two. We remain in consolidation, so there are two ways of looking at this. Maybe these assets are dead and we should just write them off. Or maybe this is an opportunity for those of you who didn't watch my original video and catch the moves on Ethereum or MATIC. Now look, I know what some of you will be thinking. These trades are easy calls, macro time frames, stop losses are great safety nets as they are below macro support, the market is in a huge uptrend, etc, etc. There are many variables that are in my favor. But here's what you may or may not know. Every single day in our Discord, I provide our members with signals, and for 4 months straight, they have been profitable. Yes, we have had occasional losses, but overall we have done exceptionally well month on month. Now you can check our monthly signal reports for yourself on our website. It's free for everyone to see, whether you're subscribed, a member or not. I will leave the direct link below. Now, while past results are not indicative of future results, and of course none of this is financial advice, February has been yet another incredible month so far, with endless targets being hit and very few losses. I plan to make a video at the end of the month to accompany the signals report, breaking down each signal I provided in February, including the losers. Now, if you're wondering where I get my edge from and how I'm able to trade these altcoins with such accuracy, all I can say for now is, for several years I've been developing and fine-tuning algorithms and bots that alert me when certain significant changes in metrics like volume, delta, and open interest occur. Cumulative volume and relative strength index divergences, changes in volume-weighted averages from major pivots, etc. And through extensive backtesting and adjustments, these algos give me a very good indication of when and where an altcoin will move. Now, unfortunately, these algorithms do not work well with other asset classes like Forex or indices, but in time, with some tweaking, who knows, maybe we can work something out. The bad news is I'm never selling these algos or strategies. Sorry, but they are priceless. They give me my edge in the markets and they put me in the top 1% of traders on Binance in December last year. However, as a member of Trading Floor, you will receive access to these signals in real time, and I only ever share the highest conviction setups. I'm working on building a platform which, at its very fundamental basis, is simply a copy trade platform, and it will allow users to automatically copy the signals that my algos provide. I'm working with various developers to make this platform as valuable and useful as possible, a one of its kind, and it will likely not be available this year. We are aiming for completion early 2025. Till then, these signals will only be available to our members over at Trading Floor. If you're interested in signing up, you can find the link in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I will continue to keep you updated in regards to how these trades develop. I have some airdrop alpha coming later this week and some exclusive content for our members. That's all for today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.